morning, Nigerians. Good morning, obedient family. Welcome to another exciting episode of Voting Labor, Voting LP on Obidati Family TV. I am Jim Joy Ovigomise, and with me is my wonderful co-host, Mr. Ibe Shooks.
Joy, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm good. How was your night?
Okay.
You definitely had a good one. I can see it from your face.
Thank you. So, today we'll be talking on how to restore election malpractice on before, during, and after election. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because it's very important that we get the election right. So, I mean, everybody wants to have a very free and fair election. I think that's what we all, as Nigerians, are clamoring for. So I think the government has a big part to play when it comes to making sure that we'll have a credible election that's before, during, and after the election. So, and I think we'll have outlined things we want to discuss that we have to do, both as government, the government, and we, the citizens, that we should do to make sure that this forthcoming election, this February, is free and fair.
Yeah, I believe with the citizen we have more roles to play on the day of election. You get it? And we all know that in less than 25 days from now, this country, Nigeria, will be going into a general election. Not just election, Shooks. This is an election that will determine the future and fate of the country.
True.
If we miss it now, we'll miss it forever.
If we don't get it right now, we might not get it right again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, that as much as we have been working tirelessly to ensure that we achieve a credible election, there are some of us that are also working endlessly to make sure to read the election on the day of election, and they have a foot plan already to carry out election malpractice to read the election on the day of election. So one of these plans is selling and buying of votes. Shooks. Yes. Selling and buying of votes. Now let's talk about selling and buying of votes.
Yeah, I think it's been something we've been used to in our electoral system, where people, the parties that know they don't have all it takes, they don't have good chances of winning the election.
They claim to have structure,
and they want to use money.
Yes.
Good thing, the federal government seems prepared to beat them to the game, because I believe this redesigning of Naira notes actually helped a lot.
Exactly.
I kind of feel it was initiated to solve this issue, where politicians try to woo voters with money, offering them money to get their votes. Peanuts for that matter.
Peanuts.
I mean, 5,000 naira.
No, see, come, let's reason together. Let's talk about this.
And I mean, on the show, while still on the show, we're going to look at how much your vote is actually worth. We said yesterday we're going to do a little bit mathematical calculation to it. So if you want to sell your votes, how much should you really sell that vote? Is your vote worth 5,000 for 4 years? Because anybody voting now is going to stay there for a period of 4 years, if not 8 years.
If not 8 years.
Yeah, so
talking about selling on votes, let's discuss this. Come, let's reason together, okay? Before now, we have been selling our votes. Some of us selling for the sum of 5K. You sell the vote for
even 2K.
6 years of wrapper. You sell the vote for maybe a basket of rice or baskets of beans. Now the question now is, the previous vote you sold, what did you gain from it?
How far did it get you?
What did you achieve? Now, this country, Nigeria, is at the verge of collapsing, and if nothing is done concerning it, if nothing is done to help it, we have no place to call our own sooner or later.
That's true.
That's exactly what's going on now. And it's a good thing that our principal, the president of Peter Obi, is here to survive, to save us, to survive the country from collapsing.
True.
Get it? And now the thing is that if you miss him, if you miss Peter Obi this time around, you have missed it forever. It will take us another year. It will take us years to recover for this.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So while we'll discuss how much our vote is worth as citizens of this country, for those that might want to sell their vote because they're so hungry and they don't want the country, they don't want a better Nigeria where they can prosper and thrive and enjoy good economy, good health, good education system, and you want to sell your vote because you want to buy, you know, agbado and cassava.
Peanuts.
So we're going to tell you how much you just sell that your vote. But before we do that, I want to look at the, you know, things to look out when it comes to, or let me put it this way, how to forestall election malpractice.
Yeah.
We have, you know, few points that I want to point out to our dear audience they're watching. Things that we can do as a nation. I believe some of them are already in place. Things that we can do as a nation to make sure that we'll have a very free and fair, credible election come this February. And one of them is the non-interference of electoral matters by the government. I think the first process, the first action starts with the government, especially the incumbent administration. Because believe it or not, they have, if I'm to put a number on it, I would say 60% of the power to decide or to manipulate the outcome of the election. Yeah. So I think our government having the willpower, and I want to say, I think they've demonstrated, this current government have demonstrated that they are willing to give Nigerians a free and fair election. And like I said earlier, they started with the redesigning of the Naira notes.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
Yes.
That's a red flag.
Yes, and of course we've been hearing cries from the opposition, people that had a plan and a strategy of how they are going to use money, and they kept money in bullion vans and safe houses.
And now they are crying out.
They are crying because those monies are almost ineffective.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think the will of the government, of the incumbent administration, to want to give its citizens a very free and fair, credible election is the first step to forestalling any election malpractice.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So then after that, then we look at after the government, you have, because we have arms of government, then the judiciary has a part to play. Because of course we know every election most time comes with litigation and, you know, people refusing to accept the results.
Yeah.
Of course there will be malpractices in some areas. You cannot or you may not exclude that.
You may not even have idea about it.
Exactly. Now that is where the judiciary comes to play. That's where they have a role to play. So that anywhere they have election malpractice, the judiciary should be ready to come in and offer an urgent, impartial ruling. If there's anything that needs to be redressed, to be addressed, or maybe there's, like I said, there's a malpractice, they need to come in and make sure that, okay, this is what happened, this is what it should be, this is how we should do it. And they give a ruling and elect or announce the person that is the actual winner. Yeah. So these are two steps. We have other steps. We mentioned the non-interference of the electoral process by the government, the incumbent government. We talked about the impartiality of the judiciary. Then you have what we are doing now.
What we're doing already.
Yes, which is educating the people.
Sensitizing the people.
Sensitizing the people, that's the word. If the people don't know things to do to make sure that they are part of a free and fair election, now I think at the end of it, they won't get it right. So like we are saying, you know, we are telling people this is the right way to
go about it. This is the right thing to do on the day of election. This is what you should do. And if you notice something that is not going properly, it's also your right to raise an alarm. That's it. Yeah. So educating the people is not just the job of we here in the studio. I believe we still have other grassroots mobilizers that are going around telling people this is how you should vote. This is the party to vote. Of course, we know this election, there is only one party running for presidency, if you ask me. Exactly. As long as the fate of this country is concerned, we have only one credible party running, and that's the Labour Party. Every other party is just there for recognition. That's what I want to put it, because I don't know, like, you don't have anything to offer. What are you running for? You've been there before now.
You've been there before
and
now.
There wasn't anything good.
No impact.
So why are you coming again?
What do you want to offer?
We're not going to go for you.
No, it's not possible. It's not possible. We want change. This time, not the change you guys promised us with the broom. We want the change that has us in it.
Exactly.
You know, the change that captures our future, the future of our children and everything. So Labour Party, of course, is the party to vote, because I think Labour Party is the only party that has the most credible candidate for this election, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi.
And Yusuf Datti.
And Yusuf Datti, of course. Very learned, well-bred gentlemen. Like tested and trusted in different fields. Now, we'll have the opposition. Let's talk about the people with the broom. You know, sagas and controversies around them, both the candidate and his running mate. His running mate has been accused, allegedly, quote me, allegedly, of being part of sponsoring terrorism.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I mean, you have this guy with these packages. Is that what we want as a country?
What we want.
People with questionable character.
Are we deaf? Can't we hear?
I don't understand. Like, for someone to not want to vote in Labour Party and his candidate, and I'm asking, who is your candidate?
Yes. Who is your candidate?
Who is your candidate?
Go and verify. Bring him out. Let us verify him.
And when you tell us that,
candidate?
You tell us why.
Why?
Are you voting in this person?
Why?
You must have a reason.
Exactly.
You understand? And I pray your reason is not based on tribe or religion, because we're all in this country. We'll still be here to buy food in the market. We're still going to go to the same fueling station to buy fuel.
Exactly.
Of course, fuel is almost 400 naira a litre now. You're still going to go to school. We will forsake at some point and need health care. So I believe when you vote in those people you want to vote in based on tribe and religion, you have a reason not to complain when you go to the market.
Exactly.
Or when you go
at the
to
end of the day, you have no reason to complain.
Yeah, so Joy, we still have other things, other steps when it comes to making sure we'll have a very free and fair election. We'll have security, we'll have reorientation of politicians. But when we go on break and come back, we're going to talk about that. Let's go on a very short break. Of course, remember, this is still Obidate Family TV. You can follow us on all our platforms, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. We're live on TikTok. And if you want to be a part of what we are doing, go ahead and contact us, drop a message, send us a DM, and we'll get back to you. We'll be back shortly.
Hello, this is my message to the Nigerian youths. I am glad that we have this great opportunity to discuss about the future of this country, Nigeria. Nigeria belongs to all of us, but to the youths most especially. I am super proud of what the youths have done, the realization that indeed the power lies with the youth. Indeed, successive governments and leadership have failed the youth. They've dismissed their capacity, the creativity, innovation. And this is why we are where we were. I am here to speak to you that not only am I proud of you, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, is super proud of you. We are proud of the movement you're leading and all the sacrifices being made for a better Nigeria. I can tell you, Peter Obi means well for Nigerian youths. He will run a youth-inclusive government and purposeful leadership that will usher in a new dawn for generations to come. Job issues, unemployment, and indeed all the other hazards that we face as a younger generation, I believe will be a thing of the past, at least reduced significantly. I'm here to remind you that we are the last lap of this race, when we all need to come to the consciousness that the effort we're going to put in the next coming weeks can change our trajectory completely and positively. So I want to urge you, do what you can to keep on the fight until a better Nigeria is achieved. You need to make sure that you realize again that you're actually the one running for presidency, just using Peter Obi and Dati Baba Ahmed as symbol. We are coming for a better Nigeria. This is time to vote for Labour Party. The logo is Papa, Mama, Pikin, or LP. On that day, come out in mass, show your energy, show your creativity, do everything you need to do positively to make sure your votes count. That means wait until the end. I am thankful to God for what the Nigerian youths are doing. God bless you all. Thank you. Hello, this is my message to the Nigerian youths. I am glad that we have this great opportunity to discuss about the future of this country, Nigeria. Nigeria belongs to all of us, but to the youths most especially. I am super proud of what the youths have done, the realization that indeed the power lies with the youth.
Yeah, welcome guys back. We're still on how to forestall election malpractice before, during and after election, and we're still going to talk about some of those food plans that this other opponent has they are putting in place already just to sabotage the election.
Yeah. So Joy, still on the things that we have to do to make sure we have a very credible and fair election. You're looking at security. Security, provision of adequate security. And I think it's the job of the government to provide enough security for the electoral officers, the INEC official, of course, which is the electoral officer, and then the voters itself. Because, of course, we know there will be miscreants that might want to try something, one or two things.
Yeah, talking about miscreant, talking about security. Some days ago, I saw a video where these militants, I don't know what they call officially, but militants, they made a video to the government and to the president and to the governor.
Yeah, I saw that video too.
You saw it too, and they were like, they were giving threats that if you want this election to be successful, you know what to do. Come to us. It's not yet election, but viewing the video alone, I was scared already. So you can't imagine how many persons, how many voters, how many people have seen that video, and already they are scared, thinking of what will happen on that day. God, I'm scared though. I don't want to go out.
That's true. And in as much as we might not want to take them serious, but I think there is every need to plan ahead. Exactly. Of course, we know there are some security red zones in this country, like security threatened areas in this country. And I think it's good if you prioritize these areas when it comes to security, like areas like some places in the north, even some places here down in the east. There are some areas that we know, okay, these are places that are not very secured, or where we have some activities of bandits, kidnappers and all that. So it is the job of the government to make sure that people that are going to vote in these areas are provided with enough security. And of course, the officials, the INEC officials that be working in those areas to have enough security. Because of course, we've witnessed in the past where you have INEC officials being victims of attack. And you have most of them core members that came to serve their fatherland, and we have sad stories coming out from such places. So we would like that such stories or scenarios like this don't happen again, especially in this coming election. So security is very paramount, and we are pleading with the government to make sure that it's available for us.
Very important.
So we can go and vote. Yes, we want to vote, please. Then you have the next one, which is a reorientation of the politicians. If the politicians don't understand that election is not a do or die affair, I think that's where we'll have a problem. I think that's been the issue here in the country, where politicians think, if I don't win, nobody else.
If it's not me, then it's nobody.
It's nobody.
I can't lose this. What will my family do? What happened to my position?
I've invested money.
Just imagine. It's not a do or die affair. It's a process. It's a period of decision. A process of decision for people, for the citizens to make that choice. It's not by force. That is it. It's not by force.
If you ask me, I would say election is like sports, where the best team wins. And after the game, even the team that lost exercise what you call sportsmanship and goes ahead to shake the team that came top, appreciate. And while playing the game, there is still referee, because of course tension will be high. And that is, I think the referee in every election, in this case, their neck, the security person and all. But at the end of the day, it is not a do or die affair. You want to serve the people. If the people don't find you fit or think, okay, maybe we don't want you yet, then wait. Run for the next one. You might win. We have Abraham Lincoln, which remains the best president the U.S. ever had. He ran for presidency for how many times before he won? And he ended up becoming one of the best presidents of America. So elections shouldn't be a do or die affair, where politicians have to employ talks, resort to assassination, and doing all kinds of dirty and unspeakable things just because you want to win an election. So if you get that mandate, how do you serve the people? Do you understand? So I think our politicians need to understand that election is not a do or die affair. If they understand that, it's a very good
after
step
election
forward.
If you were not choosing, it is left for you to go and work on yourself.
Exactly.
There is another chance. There's another time for you to come over.
After
it
4
is
years.
left for you to go and work on yourself.
True.
Make the people see a better person in you, and you get another chance to rule.
Yes, that's true. So please, we're begging our politicians to please employ peace, sportsmanship, and let's have a very free and fair election. If we find you credible, we'll vote you in. And we're not going to look at where you're coming from, the tribe you are in. I think the citizens want a leader that will come in and work for their good. It doesn't matter, your social inclination, religious inclination, tribal background.
Just be reliable.
Exactly, that's the word. And then the last one is proper planning, Joy. Proper planning. And in this case, I think when it comes to the government and both the INEC, the people that are going to handle these electoral materials need to be trained properly. They need to understand the severity of what they are doing, that this is a very serious national issue, if you ask me. Do you understand? They need to be trained, like people that are going to handle the BVAS, the bivoter accreditation system. Exactly. They need to be trained properly. So they don't get to the polling unit and they don't know how to operate the machine, or they are clueless. Do you understand? And that will impact on the outcome of the election. So we have to plan properly as a nation. And I think that is one of the problems we'll have as a country, planning. Look at what is happening with the...
We lack adequate
planning. It's been a problem for us. It's been a problem for us. But I want to believe that NEC has planned very well for this election. I think they have planned very well for this election. So come 25th, we're going to see how ready they are. Exactly. You know, so but proper plan is one of the processes that should be adopted to forestall any election malpractice. Because if you don't plan well, those miscreants are going to find a loophole, and they're going to take advantage of it to achieve whatever they want to achieve. So I think that's it on steps or what we can do to forestall election malpractice. So Joy, you go and I think you take it off from here and show us, of course, as always, the party to vote, and how to vote.
Yeah, and correctly. As usual, like we always do, this is the reason for the program, to sensitize our voters concerning the election that is coming. In less than 25 days, the country is going to go into a general election, and we can't go there without adequate knowledge, like we said earlier on. And this is on the day on the election day, we all know that we'll not be seeing the face of Peter Obi on the ballot paper, and we'll not see the face of his running mate Yusuf Datti Baba Ahmed on the ballot paper. What you will see on the ballot paper on the day of election is the party logo. Yeah. The party logo consists of family, the father, the mother, and the child, with two unique colors, red and green. That's what you see on the ballot paper. And on the day of election, don't go looking for Labour Party. Yes, the name of the party is Labour Party, but don't go looking for Labour Party spared. It's written LP beside the logo. It's written LP beside the logo. That's what you see on the ballot paper. Like we said earlier on the first day of the show, I said I met a lady who was looking. She was, I told her that, Mama, this is what you're going to see on your ballot paper. She was like, no, I want to see the face of that good man, that good man that I want to, that good man that I want to vote. I want to see his face on the ballot paper. Please, we're doing this for the sake of our aged parents and those people that have just voted for the first time.
Gen Z.
The Gen Z. Yes. We're doing this for you. You will not see the face of Peter Obi on the ballot paper. You will not see the face. This on a serious note. You won't see the face of Peter Obi on your ballot paper. You won't see the face of Datti on your ballot paper. What you will see the day of election on your ballot paper is the party logo. Written beside it, LP. That's what you see on the day of election. And another thing we must be very conscious of is how to cast our vote on the day of election. How to cast your vote on the day of election. And it's a good thing. I saw the video. The video is trending already. Principal Peter Obi, he did a video illustrating on how to cast your vote on the day of election properly. And he said that you can cast your vote with the index finger. You cast your vote with the index finger and you do it properly. Little, the ink should not wrap around your finger. Little, in order for you not to exist the boss, the space within the boss. You do it little on the day of election. And to cast your after casting your vote, after printing on your ballot paper, you are advised to fold it vertically, not horizontally.
I would say the reason for that is to...
Yeah, the reason for that is to avoid duplicate votes, double votes on your ballot paper. And if there's an issue, if at all we have an issue like that, it definitely means it's an invalid vote.
Yes.
You're advised to fold your ballot paper vertically, not horizontally on the day of election.
All right, Joy, thank you so much. That was very insightful. And I believe you've done justice to that, showing us the proper way to vote. And of course, the party to vote, Labour Party, whom his candidate is His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, the only credible candidate vying for the seat of presidency in this election. And we're going going to go on a very short break and we'll come back. Remember, we promised you we're going to tell you how much is your vote worth, just in case you're considering selling it. If you need money so badly and you can't wait for a better Nigeria in the next 4 years or 8 years, and you want to sell your votes, you want to sell your PVC, we're going to help you to put a price tag on it. Stick around and we'll be back shortly.
Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour Party, LP, can you get to the vote? Labour Party, Labour Party, LP, can you get to the vote? Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour say, Mama, Papa, now Labour Party, Mama, Papa, now Mama, Papa, now Labour Party, Mama, Papa, now Labour Party.
Alright guys, welcome back to the show. This is still Obidati Family TV, and of course the show is still Voting LP, Voting Labour Party. And my name is still Ibechus. Of course I have my pretty partner, my colleague actually.
Joy.
Okay. Joy, welcome back to the show.
Okay.
So like we said before we went on break, that we'll come back and help our esteemed audience, you know, the eligible voter out there that might want to sell his or her vote.
Yeah.
So that they don't get to undersell it, you know, they don't get to sell it for the wrong price. You know, if someone is offering you 5,000 naira or a piece of wrapper or a tuber of yam, like you said,
worth it.
Exactly. So make the proper demand, because your vote is your right, is your what is it called? It's your right as a citizen, you know, as a Nigerian. And if someone is going to take that from you, if someone wants to take your birthright, they should be able to do that for the right money. Don't be like, what's his name in the Bible? That's what his birthright for porridge yam.
Esau.
We know the consequences. Esau, thank you. So we want to make sure that you're not Esau, that you sell your own birthright, because your vote is your birthright, if you ask me, so that you sell it and sell it at the right price. So let's break it down.
Okay.
Now, we're in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I will know how difficult it is, especially the economy.
Yeah.
These days, it's very hard for you to go to the market with 20,000 and buy something that might last 2 days for you.
Never.
Exactly. So we pick a base, like a common factor. Let me put it that way. Let's take 5,000 for instance, which is the usual amount these politicians do buy most people's votes.
Yes.
Do you understand? So let's assume someone is offering you 5,000 to buy your votes.
Okay.
How much is 5,000 going to last you for a day in this current Nigeria?
Okay, let's say if you're that type that you do not want to
You're
spend
very
a lot,
prudent.
you're very prudent.
Yes.
You just want to eat.
Yes.
Let's say at least about 3 days.
3 days. 3 days, okay. 3 days is okay. But let's make it 2.
Okay.
Because you have other needs. Let's say apart from eating.
You can't do anything with that one. You can only eat.
Of course. So
for
let's
2
put it
days.
2 days.
Exactly.
So now, let's say 5K will last you for 2 days for everything you want to do
Yeah.
in the year. 5K every 2 days. Now we'll have 360 days in a year. 365 days actually.
Yeah.
So let's divide 365 by 2. So we'll get the number of, how many number of 2 days we'll have in 365 days in a year. So you're getting about, let's put it at 181 or 82.
Yeah.
Or let's put 180 to make it a round number.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So you have 180 days in a year, accounting for 2 days.
Yeah.
Then 5,000, you need 5,000 every 2 days. So you multiply 5,000 by 180. That will give you 900,000. So you need 900,000 a year. You need 5,000, amounting to 900,000 a year to be able to eat.
Just imagine.
Do you understand?
Exactly.
Now, you're talking about your PVC here, your voting right, and you sold it. Of course, the person you sold it to is going to stay there for 4 years.
Yes.
With the same policy, and trust me, it can degenerate. Things can get worse. Of course, that's what happened with the incumbent government. You know, from 2015, when they came in, they promised us change. They said, okay, they got to 2019. They said, okay, we're going to bring better change. We're going to change everything.
Okay.
From 2019,
It got worse.
thank
It
you.
got worse.
2015 is way better than where we are 2023 now.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So if you vote someone in, you're voting the person in for 4 years. The policy and everything.
Yeah.
8 years if the person is re-elected.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So now, let's say, okay, 900,000, you multiply 900,000 for 4 years because you sold your vote for 4 years. That will give you 3.6 million.
Wow.
Now, this is like, you're running on 5,000 every day, which is almost impossible. it's very impossible to live in Nigeria because if you check how much you spend in a month, trust me, because you have to feed, if you're a lady, you have to.
You have bills to pay.
Of course, do you understand? So what we are saying is, please, if you want to sell your PVC in this forthcoming election, if nobody is offering you 3.6 million,
then do not do it.
It will be stupid for you to sell.
And of course, we all know that there is no politician that will want to offer you 3-point-something million for
yes. If they have the money, it's okay. They'll bring it. I mean, if you are ready to,
will not try it.
Yeah, but I'm sure you're considering it. If you are selling, put your finance for the next 4 years. Put your health, because of course, if you fall sick, 3.6 million naira might not be able to even, depending on the nature of the sickness. Yeah. Put your children, put everything, and tell yourself the truth. Even if you're offered 3.6 million, is it worth what you're going to go through in the next 4 years if you vote in the wrong person? Yeah?
Yeah.
I think that should be the question everybody should ask him or herself. Yeah. So what we are saying in essence, of course, we will never encourage you to sell your vote.
Never.
We will never encourage you to do that. We want you to exercise your franchise as a citizen. But we're saying here, just an ironical illustration that you should know there is no price tag on your vote. There is no price tag on voting in incompetent leaders that will come in and frustrate the system and leave the whole system dysfunctional. Exactly. So your vote should be used to vote in credible leader. And of course, we'll be saying it. I think it's no longer a topic because everybody knows. We have 3 front runners of the presidential position. APC, of course, PDP.
The candidates of the APC candidate, the PDP candidate, and are credible.
The only
suitable candidate.
Yes. Tested and trusted.
Peter Obi. So let's see things. Let's see how it goes.
So please, Nigerians, we are pleading with you. Please don't try, no matter how difficult it is now, don't sell your vote right.
Don't sell your vote at all.
If the right government comes in, they're going to implement changes that will make our economy, all our sectors functional again.
He's going to make everything right again.
That's true.
He's going to restore the glory of Nigeria back to its normal state. Yeah. And everything is going to be perfect again. Yeah. For sure.
So let's be patient, right? That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Let's not sell our votes.
Never.
Please, don't sell it. Don't sell it. It's not worth it. All right, guys, it's been a ride.
Yeah.
Joy, of course, I enjoyed doing this with you. I'm going to be here again tomorrow morning.
Same time.
Same station with Data Family TV, and of course with another topic to discuss. I'm going to look at, because everything we are doing on this show is to see how we as citizens have a credible and fair election, which is what we are clamoring for. And of course to make sure that we're voting the right people into positions in this forthcoming election. And of course we've said when it comes to the presidency of this country, there's only one.
There is no other person suitable enough for the job except Peter Obi.
His Excellency Peter Obi. And it's very important that we know the party he's running on, which is the Labour Party. And of course their symbol, which is Mama Papa Pekin inside a whale. Yeah. And of course their unique color, which is red and green. Red for transformation, green for agriculture, and the whale for work and industry. I mean, this party captures everything when it comes to national development and human development as well. So I think we know the right thing to do. I think we all know the right thing to do. Everyone with conscience out there, of course, definitely knows between these 3, the right person that can take us to it.
Of course. That is suitable enough for the job. We know already. Even the blind can see it.
Yes. Even the deaf can hear it.
Exactly.
Yes. All right. Remember, you can still be part of what we are doing. If you want to be a part, go ahead and reach out to us. You can send us a DM, and of course, you can drop a comment in the comment section. We'll get back to you, and we can have you live in our studio, or you join us through Zoom. And please, we solicit, or we're pleading with you to go ahead and like our Facebook page, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, share this content so that your friends can get to see. And of course, I encourage you to still go out of your way to reach out to people, keep telling them about Labour Party and his presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, and his running mate,
Yusuf Dati,
Baba Ahmed. And we'll be here again to see you tomorrow. On that note, Joy, any last words?
Just go get your PVC. I guess the collection of PVC is still going on.
It's still ongoing, yeah.
Go get your PVC and get ready.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Do have a very productive week. Bye.